What's up guys, how's everyone doing? So today we're going to be talking about the top 5 forms we need to see in Pokemon Legends that's coming out in 2025. But before that, make sure you do like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content in the future. So first things first, I just want to talk about Sandslash. As you can see on the screen now, someone has created a Mega Sandslash with ground and farting. The names are the bottom left hand corner. If that's not the creators, please comment down below and I will give them the links in the description down below. So as you can see here, it could go both ways. It could be a speed and it could be an attacker with a bit of bulk, but it does look a lot more bulkier, so it may be a bit more slower and it could be used in Trick Room teams. But if this actually does happen in future, no doubt, I'm going to say Game Freak won't make it as cool looking as this here. But if they do actually make stuff like competitive play like they are doing now in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, where they're stopping legendaries and paradox Pokemon being in competitive, and we can just use normal Pokemon, I think Mega Sandslash could be a top pick in the future, especially if it does get the bulk that we all need. Next Pokemon I want to talk about is Martiana. So I'm going to leave its stats on the screen right now, and as you can see, the stats aren't very good. So I mean, you can struggle getting through actual story mode sometimes with Pokemon like this. So that's why personally I think it deserves a Mega Form. So Mega Forms, maybe it could be a Dark and Steel. So Dark and Steel, we all know that X and Y did fetch Fairy type Pokemon out, and there's a lot of them in there. So we can give it a bit of a bulk and a bit more speed and a bit more attack. It could be a quick-witted attacker, or it could be more of a bulky, slower kind of Pokemon. But in my personal opinion, I think we should put its attack up and speed up and give it a tiny bit more bulk and make it relevant in the actual series. Due to, like I said, a lot more fairies, and Martiana could tear through them like a shred of paper. So the next Pokemon at list is Eevee and Bibarel. As we all know, they are the god Pokemon in the Pokemon universe, not Arceus, Eevee and Bibarel. So in my personal opinion, I think it deserves a third line. So the next evolution of the Bibarel line. So in my personal opinion, I think it should actually evolve into a more of a farting, a normal type. I think it should actually start getting some qualities about it. So a bit more attack, a bit more speed maybe, a bit more bulk. But I think it must have bit more of an all-rounder kind of feel to it, so you can build it however you want. If you want it to be a more stat worthy kind of thing, so you can give it toxic, you can give it mix of move sets and stuff like that to have a bit more fun with it, but not too overpowered but also not too underpowered, so you can see it more in competitive play. So number 2 on the list is personally my favourite Pokemon, Eevee. So why we're talking about Eevee, because it's been a while since we've actually had an evolution. The last evolution we actually had was Sylveon back in X and Y. And the next game is Legends of Z, or Z, however you want to pronounce it. So this could be make of a comeback. If you watch the trailers, it looks like it's a bit more futuristic. So what could we possibly see? We could possibly see the new team or the new enemies actually experimenting on Pokemon for futuristic reasons and making them into stronger forms. And one could go wrong and maybe make it in Eevee into a ghost type evolution. Obviously they won't make the story make it that dark, but they'll end up making it with a dust storm or something like that, and I think it'll be pretty beneficial, and I think a lot of people really would like to see a ghost type evolution. So my second evolution that I would love to see is a bug type evolution. So bug types don't get enough credit in my opinion, and I think they could actually make Eevee to a pretty strong bug type, because all the evolutions are strong in their own way. If you make a team around the evolution, they could all benefit from that team. So we could actually see a new mechanic of a bug type stone, where we could evolve the Eevees, or a new forest, or a new experimental forest where you take Eevees there, like you did back in Diamond and Pearl in the old ones, where you take Eevee to a Ice Stone or a Leaf Stone in the middle of a forest or middle of Snow Point City and evolve them into Glaceon and Leafeon. Last but not least on this list is Flygon. Why Flygon? Everyone loves Flygon, and we've all wished for Flygon to get a Mega Evolution since we've seen Mega Evolutions been introduced. Salaman's got one, why didn't Flygon? So the excuse from Game Freak was they couldn't come out with a cool idea. But as you can see on the screen right now, I found this picture on Google. If you know who actually designed this, please comment down below in the comments so I can put the name and the link in the description so you can go and check them out. So as you can see, this is one of the coolest pictures I've seen on the internet. We've got the shiny form and we've got the normal form of Flygon. My personal opinion, I think it should be a bug and dragon type Pokemon. So as I said earlier about the evolutions about being a bug type, we need to fetch bug type and we need to have a bug type meta in Pokemon. So if they do something like they've just done now with Scarlet and Violet in the next season or the season coming up, we're not going to have legendaries and paradox Pokemon. But Mega Evolutions were a bit of a different kind of way. Everyone loved them, no one really complained about them, and it was actually a really fun mechanic, not a broken mechanic. So if you do enjoy this top 5 video, make sure you do like, make sure you do subscribe. This is part 1, part 2. If you do enjoy it, I'll make it for next week if you want, guys, and I'll make something a bit more in the actual games that we want to see. So like I say, make sure you do like, make sure you do subscribe. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. I just want to say thank you so much, stay safe and have a good night, guys.